Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Pater Voss, the Papa Fox, and we're going to continue playing Pillars of Eternity, the White March DLC by Obsidian Entertainment. When we last left off, we had talked with the Dwarf just outside the Temple of Indra, and we eavesdropped on some of the sketchier individuals up here, so we'll see what happens. Now we're going to go on to your Idrin's wagon, then we're probably going to go to Thirsk's house and explore the rest of this stuff, and then that'll be that. At least for the moment. Okay.
Indeed.
Let's be about it. The Orlan bows to you. Ah, the adventurer who saved the village. So good of you to visit my humble wagon. I am Idran. How's business? He gestures at the village around him. Poor. Like this place, not much coin to be made trading in furs and fish. I came to the White March because I assumed there would be no competition, and I have none, because there's nothing to compete out over here. If you're not making any money out here, why do you stay? His eyes lower. I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I give up and return with little more than I left, then... His hands ball into fists. No, it will not be that way. Be like that. I am not giving up yet. Show me what you have for sale. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, he's got some supplies, of course, as usual. Got lots of different types of potions. Bulwark against the elements. All sorts of cool stuff. A lot of scrolls. A tundra hood. Gauntlets of Accuracy, Tenacity, Ring of Deflection. Ooh, Rufix Watchful Cloak Mark II. Nifty, okay. +2 Perception, +2 enemies needed to flank, that's good. But what's this? The Ultimate Hat of Alluring Perfection. Might 2, Constitution 2, Simpleton? Oh, -2 Intellect. Oh, me, oh my. Radiant of Whale's Eyes. Damage reduction 3. Recovery speed -15. Grants mirrored image when hit by a critical. That's good. 25 defense against Charmed, Confused, and +10 against Dominated. This would be good for possibly Durance. That'd be pretty cool. And then we have the Exceptional Hunting Bow, which we don't really need. Let's go ahead and see what else we can find. Oh, there's a thing we can pick up. Barath's Bell. Oh, and another one. Sorry about that. It's just all over the place. My goodness me's. Goodness graciouses. And let's go ahead and get that one just for good measure. I wish we had saved the folks there.
Don't see the harm. Building's thirsty work.
Okay, we'll come back to you later. I want to make sure that I get all of these places investigated. So how are y'all doing? I am doing fairly well. My wife's about to get into some crazy work schedules, so I shall be the primary parent for the next couple of weeks. So that'll be interesting. This may or may not affect my upload schedule, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to manage, but... You know, parenting duties do come first, so there we go. Hopefully, if I can, I might be able to front load on getting a buffer ready in time, so let's see what happens. Okay, let's go into here. Let's see what this house is about. Oh, yeah, little guy's not feeling too well. We think he might have a bit of a cold, and he was just snuggled up with Mama and Dada.
It must be soon. 2 days, no more.
Yeah, he was snuggling up with both of us, basically flopped on top of Mama and had to be latched onto Daddy's arms like a little limpet mine. So that was pretty fun. We all got to read books and everything. So Thirsk. This dwarf is busy staring into the fire, slowly puffing away on his pipe. As you greet him, he's visibly startled, and his pipe clatters to the floor.
Sorry. Didn't hear you come in. My ears aren't what they used to be.
He stoops, wincing to retrieve his pipe. When he rises again, he has a hand against his side. Who are you?
I'm Thirsk. I've lived here long enough that kith have started calling me the Old Hunter. And that's about all I can say for myself.
Thiersch. Okay, I think I got that. Are you hurt?
Wasn't the ogres, I can tell you that. Put a few arrows in one of those and they generally have the good sense to back off.
How humble.
But I've been hunting this wolf for near a year now. A man-eater. Cunning, nasty thing. Every time I get close, it just slips away. The beast has already claimed many lives. The first victim was my son, Saldrin.
Thiersch looks down at his pipe for a moment, features hardening. Zahua leans in eagerly. Go on. Thiersch furrows his brow for a moment, but continues anyway.
Got the better of me this last time. Distracted me long enough for one of its kin to turn up. Nearly bit me clean in half. I'm a few weeks out from trying again.
You said this thing is a wolf?
No ordinary wolf. A monster. This creature is big. And I see the signs it leaves behind. The mess it made to the last couple of hunters, and the elk. Doesn't always finish its meals. Damn thing might be sick. Might have a bullet in its jaw. Something. In any case, it needs to be put down.
Where is this beast?
It roams the russet wood out to the west. Seems to have decided the lake is a good place to find prey. Yeah. It's picked off some scattered ogres from time to time. But mostly it's been going after hunters.
Can you tell me about your previous encounters?
Nothing to tell. Near misses, all of them. One time he clambered right up the cliffs to avoid my snares. Another time, he chased a bear into my camp.
Sounds like my cats.
I nearly had him once. I could hear him below, eating, and I had the gun aimed right for him. Until the wind changed.
Oh.
He charged headlong into the tree to get at me. Nearly knocked me off my perch. And when I righted myself, he was gone.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
It needs doing. But I warn you, this beast is not to be trifled with. It must make its lair somewhere to the west. If you mean to go there, keep your wits about you.
Okay.
Watch yourself on the mountain. In these lean times, everything looks like prey to something.
True. I have some questions, though.
Coming to your elders for advice, is it? What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about Stalwart?
Well, I can tell you it won't be here much longer if things go on as they are. With the mines closed, we've lost what put us on the map in the first place. We're losing people every month. Too many mouths to feed and not enough to support them. Even the game's dwindling. I've been lucky. I've hides and horns enough to keep the traders happy, but now the ogres are picking the rest of us off.
What can you tell me about the ogres? Only that they've been coming down in force again and again, trying to drive us out or kill us all outright.
The moment we started looking into Durgan's battery, it was like we kicked a hornet's nest. You made a good showing against that last group, by the way. I think you've given them reason to think twice about coming back.
Why is the hunting so poor?
It's been a colder season than usual, and the elk herds aren't faring well. We're stuck fighting with the ogre clans and the wolves over what's left. And not to mention the occasional beast. We've lost a lot of young hunters.
Has the legacy stuck Stalwart as well?
It has. We had some hope in the early days that we'd be spared, isolated as we are. That hope died in a hurry. Not everyone's been so unlucky, of course. You'll see a few pampered sprats around.
Treating them like precious stones, we won't see them grow up any faster, if at all. The sudden sorrow in his features belies his soft laughter. You must have some interesting hunting stories.
Long hours checking snares and waiting out elk, mostly. Used to hunt some of the big ones. Bear, stelgare. But up here, it comes down to necessity. Which means keeping Stalwart fed, or else keeping it safe. Thing is, the last hunt didn't go so well. As you can see.
That's all the questions I had. Alright, farewell. Okay, looks like we need to go deal with a wolf. Woof. Yeah, I'm probably recording a little bit later than I should be, but I needed to unwind for a little bit. That is definitely the truth of the matter.
Does everyone else see that kraken?
Oh me, oh my. Okay, Rayfald?
Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits. I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
What's this about Havrick?
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenland liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
It seems reasonable to want to save it for a special occasion.
It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd, you know, be willing to help me out.
Oh, bravo! Subtle indeed.
Havrick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
What does stealing wine for you have to do with fighting ogres?
Well, Havrick can be a little intimidating when it comes to his beverages. But otherwise, not much, I guess.
No, I'm not going to rob the innkeeper for you.
Shh, all right, keep it down. I didn't mean anything by it. But if you happen to come across some, then maybe you could share?
If I don't have to steal it, maybe.
Please, tell me you found it.
No. Okay, cool. Let's see what's up here real quick. Anybody? Anything? Nobody? Okay. Let's pick this little flower. There we go, and then we'll go into this house, and then that house, and then we'll see what other things we can do in the Grief's Rest. Okay, back in here. Yeah, we've had a couple of snow days over here, so I haven't been recording much. But holy moly.
Big
I got
Lord,
to see...
have those nasty brutes finally left?
I got to see my little man play in the snow for the first time, and it was just magical. It was really... Well, it's more like sleet. It wasn't exactly snow, but I'm going to count it the same anyway. It was white, it was icy and cold and wet, so there we go. These teeth have been sanded smooth in preparation for carving. Tana.
I heard the ogres outside, tearing down walls and murdering folk. Don't remember how things got this bad.
The elderly woman needs her hands. Her knuckles are swollen knobs, and her palms are ridged with calluses that scrape and rasp as she rubs them together.
But you're the new adventurer. Renengild's latest volunteer.
She squints at you, leaning precariously forward on her wobbling legs.
A real spitfire, she told me. Bet you'd whip those layabouts at the mine into shape.
I'd like to ask you about something.
Did you say something, dear?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I was the overseer at the mine, back when it was running. Got shut down decades ago when we couldn't sell or ship the stuff. But I still remember plenty about the mining business. and I got as many folk as I can digging out the entrance.
She taps her head, a spotted dome under a thinning thatch of hair.
Been praying to the salty wench that I don't forget too much afore they finish the job.
She winks. Well, that's all.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Goodbye. Okay, leave. Right. Okay. Nice talking with you, old lady. But yeah, you got to play around and everything. We played Chase Daddy and Chase Little Guy, and that was pretty fun. It's always awesome when you get to see your kid do something for the very first. Oh, I didn't notice that. Supplies, we don't need that. Okay. Villager. Map. Ringguild's house. Let's talk with this fellow, and then we're actually going to go into the Grease Rest, because I think this will be the next portion of the thing. The quest. The man is sweating despite the cold. He opens his mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a loud, hacking cough. He bends forward, bracing his hands on his thighs while he heaves and gasps. After a lengthy duration, he raises a finger, still panting. Oh, Havrick's fault. Damn fool. Sent me to the other side of town. Looking for you. At last he stands again. He wipes his dripping brow with the back of his hand and then offers that hand to you in greeting. Shake his hand. Pleasure to meet you. I am the captain of the militia around here. Nice to meet you. I wanted to catch you before you went off running into the wilds. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. Plus, if you're heading out to Longwatch Falls, I thought you might could pick up a thermal pearl for me. He looks away and twists the toe of his boot into the snow. You want me to find a thermal pearl? That's the thing. I already found it. I just need someone else to go and get it. Saw it in the hot springs up near Longwatch Falls. Would have grabbed it myself, but that's when I looked around and saw the Lagufaith. Must have been 50 of them. He spreads his arms wide. I would have fought, but I started to wonder what the rest of Stalwart would do without me, so I ran. For the sake of the village, of course. What is a thermal pearl, anyway? They form in the hot springs. Something to do with all the minerals in the water. Smell kind of funny, but they're full of minerals. Just have to crumble them into a pint. He grins, and you notice that his gums are bleeding. They cure scurvy. Like I said, the pearl's in one of the thermal pools near Longwatch Falls. Shouldn't be hard to spot. Can you tell me more about the falls? It's east of Stalwart. Got some nice views of the valley, but most folk avoid it these days. Plenty of wilder nearby, and it only takes a few inches of snow to block the pass. If you're headed up that way, I'd suggest talking with Thirsch. He might have something to help you deal with the Lagufaith. That's all I needed to know. You said something about dangerous folk in the wilderness? We get our shares of crazy out here. Most of them aren't even from the village. He laughs at his own joke. Okay. Latest groups I heard were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull. But Renegild set aside some bounty money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me the heads of their leaders, I'll give you the payment. Want to know more about the Gleaming Society? A crazy pack of radicals that want to topple governments and kill the wealthy. Makes the War of Defiance look like a good fight. Duke Avar and the Regent of Raid Saris both declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those two would agree on. Anyway, check Longwatch Falls to the east. That's where they're last seen. What about the Sisterhood? That'll be Metzla. All the members of the Sisterhood worship Barath by sending as many folk back to the wheel as they can. Ugh. They've been poking around Durgan's battery, and well only knows why, but you can understand why no one around here was pleased to hear about it. Passed through town recently. Didn't stay long, but they stopped at the Temple of Indra. You might see if Lafton knows something. If you come across them, be careful. They're unpredictable. Okay, let's talk about something else. Farewell. Okay, we got to talk with Thiersch and Lafta again. But let's first go into the inn. The inside of the inn, where we shall blend in. Nope, don't want that. Okay. Ooh, there's a bard. Kill Metzler.
If they knew what was good for them, they'd be walking that fiery path instead of warming their hands at it.
I don't know. I mean, you know, the sea beheld her love. Currently busy. Okay. A villager, 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 shining from on high. Villager, villager, villager. Hey, Frick.
Owena! Go check on that Orlin. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
Okay, what else do we got? Ah, we got some more people. A cook. Let's first talk with... Actually, let's just poke our little noses around where we can see things. Anybody in here? Hello? No? Okay. What about in here? Ah, someone we can talk to. Just want to make sure I get everything and everybody. Aleph. Oh, we can take something from here. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And now let's talk with Hafric. Or Hafric. Whatever, however you pronounce it.
Never seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here just drinking to forget it.
The dwarf surveys the crowd, his expression sober despite the half-empty flagon by his hand. He shakes his head and looks to you, remembering himself.
But you must be looking for some refreshment, too, after the way you handled them ogres. Or perhaps a room. Say the word and I'll give that shifty little Orlin the boot.
He nods at you with a gruff camaraderie. What Orlin?
Showed up a few days ago, sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot.
He squints towards the hall as if daring the Orlin to show himself.
Up to no good, I tell ya. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
What makes you so sure he's trouble?
We get our share of lowlifes coming through here. Smugglers, fugitives, Kith looking to avoid the sharp eye of the law. Ways keeping to himself. Well, honest Kith sure don't have cause for it.
I could talk to him.
I'd appreciate it. And I suppose I don't need to remind you that I don't want you to hurt him. I'm sure you can find a more discreet way of handling the problem.
He gives you a meaningful look. Okay.
Back to warm your hands, eh?
I think we're actually going to end the episode here. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on the video or give me some feedback if you prefer. Of course, if you enjoy my other videos, then a subscription to the channel would also be most appreciated. As always, great to see you all here at the Fox Den. I hope you come back next time and pull up a chair for some more Pillars of Eternity, the White March DLC. Alrighty, y'all take care now. Bye.